Good afternoon and Sawadee Krap. I am Daniel Meury. I'm the channel manager here at the Andara Resort and Villas. I've lived in Phuket for over 10 years and have been working here at the Andara for over 5 years. I've been in Asia altogether for over 25 years, so I have a lot of experience here in my second home. I grew up in Switzerland, in Basel, on the countryside, on a farm. And later on, I went to the Swiss Hotel Management School, where of course I studied for 4 years. And then I worked of course in some hotels in Switzerland before I decided to go out and see something of the world. So I ended up in Malaysia first, where I worked in Kuala Lumpur. From then on, I went into Indonesia, into Burma, into China, and now of course I'm here in Thailand. Growing up in Switzerland, the hotel industry is a very important sector there. We have a lot of beautiful hotels in beautiful locations. So as a young boy growing up, you always dream to go and visit these hotels or of course work in these hotels. So I was very happy that my grandmother had a small restaurant. So I often helped there on the weekend, to help out with the guests. So I had a good first-hand experience while growing up. So it's a natural path to go into the hotel management. And I did the classical Swiss hotel trainee. I worked in the kitchen first, I worked in the service first, I worked at the reception, and then you go to hotel management school. So you learn all the different departments really from the really starting point. And I think that's a very important point, that we also know the problem that happens down on the floor before we come up with the management. Andara, of course, I saw Andara being built when it first opened, and I knew Alan Seaman, who of course started the Andara development here from a previous day at the Jetty Phuket, where I was the channel manager there. So I was a very natural procession that when he asked me to join him here, that I was very happy to come and lead the team at Andara and build up from the pre-opening days. My responsibility here is leading the team in all aspects. As you know, Andara has two different sides. We have one side, the resort, where we have 37 beautiful suites, which range from 1 to 4 bedrooms. And then of course we have the villa developments, where we have here in our first phase, we have 26 villas. And we are just completing our second stage with the Andara Signature, where we build another 8 villas. So we look after all aspects of the villa management, be it from the building, from the maintenance, and then of course afterwards also selling it and looking after the owner's interest. And of course at the same time, of course, looking after the hotel, with the hotel operation, with the sales and marketing, and of course the guests, and of course most importantly the staff as well. I think in every job, in every day we approach, there is of course little obstacles, and sometimes of course there are bigger ones. I think first we have to try and find the reason how these obstacles came about, and we have to find out through our teams, through our guests, how we can overcome that and how can we make it better in the future. Andara, of course, we are very fortunate to in a beautiful position here overlooking Kamala Bay. All our suites, all our villas offer a beautiful view over the Andaman Sea, and we offer a lot of space. I think that's the big difference, and that's at the end the big luxury. And on top of the space, of course, comes a design that blends in with, of course, the essence of Thailand. I think it's not over-designed. It's something that's been designed 9 or 10 years ago, but even now it still looks relatively totally new. It feels like it was built last year or 2 years ago. It's something that will age very well, and in 20 or 30 years it will still look very beautiful. But of course the essence of the Andara and of the hospitality we offer here is the service, and of course that's where we always try to make a difference, because we want to recognize each individual guest as who he is, and of course treat him in such a way. We want to make sure that everybody who leaves us leaves with a wonderful memory and with a great experience. Kamala Beach has seen a big change in the last 5 or 10 years for sure. There was hardly any hotels here over 10 years ago, and of course it started to build up down on the beach, and now of course we have more and more hotels on the hillside building along the Millionaire Smile. There are many good hotels in Kamala, but I think where we can offer a bit more space to the guests. Our rooms are more luxurious in the fit out, and of course because the higher number of staff we have, we can also provide a service that's much more personalized than many of the other hotels. We are here every day to strive harder to make the experience for the guests better, and of course at the same time also to attract more guests and more returning guests, because I think that's one of the big challenge in today's sales and marketing, which is very competitive, because there's not only in Phuket many nice hotels, in many other areas of Thailand there are beautiful hotels coming up too. So we have to make sure that we can stay ahead and go along with the competition, and I think this is the hardest challenge. So to try and make a guest as happy as possible, to make sure that he wants to come back to your hotel, and if he can't, then he will tell his friends and his family in order for them to come and visit our hotel. That will of course help us greatly in the sales and marketing efforts, and in of course providing a better return to our owners, and also of course providing a better future for all of our team members. Oh, my lifestyle, I think I do live very much a hotel lifestyle. I work in the hotel business for over 30 years, and I really enjoy what I do. So when I have a day off or when I take a few days off, I love to go and experience new hotels, see different places, and of course made a lot of friends along the way. Working in Asia for over 25 years creates you a greater experience, because you have friends in Hong Kong, you have friends in Shanghai, you know people in Bali, you know people in other places, and of course that enriches of course the experience here in Asia, where I made my second home. But also I love to go back to Switzerland of course every year, and also in Europe of course you always get to see new things, and that's a wonderful thing about traveling, experience, enriching yourself while you grow yourself further. And I think we kind of never grow up totally, even though we reach a certain age, we're always out there to learn new things and to open up to new things, and then that's what I love about my job, and meeting of course a lot of guests along the way. Thank you very much.